This feels like a huge win for the Indiana Fever and a character win because they got off to a bad start. No Caitlin Clark again tonight. Kelsey Mitchell shot poorly from the field. She only had 8 points tonight. They turned the ball over 16 times and they found a way. McDonald was awesome tonight, where she, I believe, had 12 points in the second quarter, got the Fever back in the game and got them a lead and got a 5 point lead at halftime. They had a great fourth quarter. Thank God. That's been one of the Achilles heels for this team over the last month and a half. That is huge, especially against a team like the Mercury. We know DeWanna Bonner is going to want to ball out. She didn't shoot well tonight, and they found a way to get this win. It's big time, especially when you look at their schedule coming up. They go to Dallas on Friday. That should be a win, but you never know what Paige Becker's going off and those rookies for the Wings. They got to go to Seattle. That's not easy. Got to go to Los Angeles. They've been playing better basketball. And they got to go to Phoenix next week. So they have a really big road trip coming up. But I love the fact they've won 3 in a row. So they are starting to string together some momentum. They've won 6 of their past 8 games. So I think on Friday, get another win. And they built a lot of character tonight, in my opinion, especially when they were down 10 points after the first quarter. They didn't get discouraged. Ari McDonald really set the tone in that second quarter and got them back in that game and got them a lead. Also, Chloe Bibby, awesome. Big time tonight. I hope they can sign her. I think she's on a 10-day contract and it ends tomorrow. She had a big 3 when the Mercury got the lead down to 88-83. And that was it. The Fever were able to hold on from then on out. It felt like a team win. I didn't think the rotations were bad at all. But to do this on a night where, again, Kelsey Mitchell doesn't have it, and the depth on this roster really showed itself strong. Sydney Colson, 8 points tonight, 4 assists. That's huge. And then you're looking at the overall team stats for tonight. The Fever did turn the ball over a lot. They were sloppy. So that's expected when you don't have your playmaker. But to still have 19 assists is solid. That means they're moving the ball. They still shot the ball 51% from the field, which is great. And you got to the free throw line a ton, like 38 attempts is awesome. That means they weren't settling. They were being intentional with their passing and not just playing to this idea of dribble down the clock. Like you have Kelsey Mitchell in isolation and the offense gets stagnant. Now, I know the fast rate points, 15-9, that's great. 46-38 in the paint, it happens. But the fact you overcame the adversity, because we've seen them in situations where they're down a few points to start the fourth quarter or up a few points. They just get stagnant in that fourth quarter. And to do this against a playoff contender, you find a way to win. You start off poorly in that first quarter is encouraging. We know that Kelsey Mitchell didn't play well, but the other teammates picked her up. And Ari McDonald is you could say the MVP of the game. I think Bibby was solid for the Fever tonight. And Natasha Howard, 6 points, 6 rebounds, serviceable, but we know she can do more. However, the two blocks are important. Can't forget about that. You love to see that. You force 17 turnovers. That's another good thing. You're doing all this without Caitlin Clark. I want to see the stats of the other game against Chicago. How many turnovers did the Sky have against them? They had, let's see, last game, they forced 20 turnovers against the Sky. So you're building better habits. I understand that might be a 2-game sample size, but you're looking for those wins and those consistencies out there for the Fever. Going forward, it's not going to get easier. Now, the Wings, you can't just gloss over them. They need to get that win, especially if you have a tough time with Seattle and Los Angeles and Phoenix coming up. If they can go 2-2 on this road trip, or 3-1 would be great. Like if they can go above 500 and have a winning record on the road, then you get to August 9th. So Clark should be back soon at that point. They got Chicago at home, so you should win that game. You're looking at, 19-13? And you're looking really good in that playoff picture. And Clark gets back. The team is playing better. Again, they've won 6 of the last 8 games, so that can't be glossed over. It shows you, when this team is gelling and when they're on the same page, they are very dangerous. We know that. It's just been frustrating watching Stephanie White, and maybe she's changing. I don't know. That's TBD. I like the fact they got the win tonight. This was huge, and hopefully going forward, they can continue to build momentum. Don't have a dud against the Wings. Go out there, handle your business. Don't play around. And if you got some adversity, let's say Aaliyah Boston struggles from the field, or you have Ari McDonald turn the ball over more than 4 times. I mean, 4 is still, a bit much, but again, or let's just say Sophie Cunningham gets into foul trouble. Let's just say there's some type of adversity against the Wings, but they still overcome it. and they have a good fourth quarter because I want to see good fourth quarters. That's the main thing I've been worried about with the Fever is their fourth quarter performances haven't been that great. And make sure they're playing consistent basketball because we know the potential of this team. I think they can win a playoff series. That's my expectation. If they go farther than that, great. But they are right there. They're a half game behind the dream, and they could be in that top 3 spot. It's not going to be easy. I know they got to play the Storm coming up and the Mercury again. So obviously the Mercury are going to be more motivated and try to get a win back after losing to the Fever. They go 500 on the road, even 2-2. I would love to see them go 3-1, but I'm just trying to be realistic. Don't go 1-3. It's not the way you want to go. You don't want to go backwards. But this is a huge, huge win because I didn't know if they could pull it out against the Mercury tonight. But to have Ari McDonald go off in that second quarter and to win a game where you turn over 16 times and Kelsey Mitchell doesn't shoot well from the field and Caitlin Clark isn't playing, that has to raise your confidence, has to encourage the Fever and show like, hey, we got players on this team who can contribute. And if we're playing together, we're gelling. And 15 fast break points, I like to see that. I want to see more of that going forward. I want to see the numbers on fast break points on Sunday. 11 points. So I want to see that in the 15 to 20 range because that tells me like they're trying to push the ball. They're not trying to settle and play with more pace. Like that's the biggest thing is even if you're not always running in transition, what I saw from the game against the Sky is there was movement, players weren't being stagnant, and Kelsey Mitchell wasn't playing hero ball. That's when their offense is humming. You could say, oh, they get up 101 points. That's going to happen sometimes. The defense isn't always going to be that strong. But again, the fourth quarter is what I'm looking at, where the Mercury had it going, but they were able to withhold their runs, hit some big shots down the stretch. And as long as they maintain good character in those fourth quarters, that's going to bode well for them in the playoffs. So that's what's important here is like have good fourth quarters, survive without Caitlin Clark. And what I heard from the Fever and Sky game on Sunday is that they want Clark to come back the third week of August so she can really heal and rest up. It's a great idea. But again, huge win tonight for the Fever. Hopefully the Fever can keep this up and not get stagnant and run good offense, have good fourth quarters. If they keep building these habits, the Fever are going to be very dangerous. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the performance of the Fever tonight against the Mercury. And what are your expectations for their upcoming road trip? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.